Live, I think. Hello, everyone, and welcome to So Many Levels. We're gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Yay!
Dungeons and Dragons.
I am Christiana Ellis. I am the Dungeon Master, and tonight our players: Chute Schubert as Autarky,
Hello, hello.
Starla Hutchton as Nirakina Ethu.
Greetings and salutations.
I tried to do too many things at once, and it makes it difficult for me to even follow simple sequences, like saying Jenny Meltzer as Cadence of the Water.
I don't exist.
Oh,
Ooh,
well, that's gonna make
Look at
tonight
dark.
complicated. Mark Kilfoyle as Alaric Copperbeard.
it's nice being home for a while, but there's work to be done.
And James Meltzer as Ket of the Sands.
Hi, everybody. I just want to say that I'm not going to subject you to singing tonight, but it is our DM's birthday tomorrow, so happy birthday, Christiana.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
And I didn't subject anyone to singing when it was Otterkey's birthday, because I completely forgot to sing that week. But happy belated birthday to Otterkey, too.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Mark.
It's not for a while yet. Thanks.
Let's all just wish happy birthday to everybody all at once and then get it out of the way.
There we go. Happy
True.
birthday, Jenny. Happy birthday, James.
We're going to standardize birthdays. It's much
We're
easier
good.
that way.
I felt like I was on Romper Room there for a second.
I see, Christiana.
So I was suddenly envisioning like they don't have to do that anymore, but like all those restaurant birthday songs where they have to have their own unique version because they didn't want to pay the copyright.
right.
But then that's not why we're here. Hello everyone. We're gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons. We said that already, but we're gonna do it this time instead of talking about birthdays. Although birthdays could happen in D&D theoretically.
No, nobody's born in D&D. Everybody dies.
Everybody just exists.
Rocks fall and a new baby boy is born.
Wait a minute.
So, when last we left our heroes, they had hustled their way over to the Barrier Mountains, having seen through Starla's scrying, Nira's, I guess, using the Codex Panoptica, borrowing it, seeing that the Amethyst Dragon Neocortex had carried out his threat to hire infernal assassins to kill Alaric's father. And so the party made their way to the Barrier Mountains intending to resurrect him, only to discover that the infernal assassin was still hanging around. And they made a carefully, crafted plan that involved many different, elements and complex interactions. And in the meantime, totally forgot to actually guard the body while they talked about how they're going to trap this invisible infernal assassin. And, the assassin didn't like that plan, and so decided to try to steal the body. Didn't work out so well. So your plan to capture this assassin alive didn't go so great. However, you were able to recover the body, and despite the assassin's attempt to make it more expensive for you by damaging the body, Nira's magic was more than capable of repairing that damage and restoring Alaric's father to life after all. And so we had left off with that happening, but percolating in the meantime is a discussion about how the dragon had also threatened Nira's mother. What next for the Heroes of Legend? We'll have to find out. You'll find out when I do, because let's do it. So, we had, just restored Alaric's father. I think at this point, Alaric's mother comes in. You've perhaps let the other guards know that the assassin has, at least for the moment, been dealt with. do you do anything for the 2 guards that the assassin killed?
I can't do anything about that. Perhaps Araki or Nirakina.
How long have they been dead?
Well, more than a minute.
Yeah.
Rip those guys.
I don't think I have anything prepared.
Yeah, more than a minute. Like, I mean, in theory, I could do resurrection at levels 8 and 9, but do I want to? I'm so tired.
I'm not
That's-
telling you guys to do anything. I'm just saying that it happened. I don't think anyone present is looking at you as though you're supposed to take care of that. But, you know, they're all just amazed at how you've saved Lord Copperbeard from death. Fought off
Father
and-
Ignis might be able to do something about that.
Yeah.
Especially if they aren't under the threat of the contract this devil had made. He would be less threatened to try to bring them back the normal routines, the normal methods they have. For now, we should still be wary. While he has been restored, and we believe that devil to be dispatched, it still bears watching for a little while. We should perhaps spend some time here before moving on. Wary, of course.
So I think your mother, Alaric, who had been crying over seeing your father brought back, turns to you and just says, "What can we do to be ready?"
We're going to need to be vigilant here. It's going to be difficult. We can change a few things. Some of the things we had planned to do anyway might help, such as the simple things. The dusted ground to make sure that any footprints are noticed, so invisibility would not be an asset. A watch for smaller creatures, now that we know that it has tools it can use. Although those things can fly, but they are of limited danger themselves. Maybe we can set up some wards. I don't know those magics, but that might be something we can do.
Are there any enchanters within the clan that might be able to set up some kind of charm or detection kind of spell? Something that would be a bit more permanent or permanently maintainable anyway? By
At
people
least
who are
in-
staying.
At least until we can find the source of this contract and either cancel that, which indirectly we have with the dragon itself, but the contract still lives beyond him. So
What about Queen Salmona? I mean, she did say she would do anything for us because we, retrieved that thing for her. I mean, maybe she could help. Like, she could put some kind of protection on your father, or...
I would fear that her aid comes at too high a cost, though. While she says she would do a lot, I would be worse. I understand, and I appreciate it. I hadn't even considered her.
Do you want me to ask? Because I can ask, I mean, it never hurts to ask.
You can always just be like, is this going to cost Alaric a lot? Because if it does, he doesn't want it. But
Just be like, hey, man, remember that time we got the book for you?
No, don't do that. That's kind of manipulative.
Well, yeah, like she's never manipulated anybody.
So
Okay,
here's
but
the
you don't be
thing.
like her.
Here's the thing. We can't stay. And this is a major distraction for the things that we need to do. I don't know if maybe she could be reasoned with for on that account. It's just like, hey, do you want the universe to keep going? How about a hand?
I mean, I wasn't high on her concerns before. I wasn't much
point
of
of
a
interest.
believer.
Are you guys having this conversation just right there in the main hall with the, with Alaric's parents and a couple of guards just all watching? Or, I mean, it's fine if you are. I'm just asking.
Yep.
All right.
I don't think Alaric's hiding anything from them anyway.
I think there's a lot of like open mouth stares at just like the kinds of stuff you guys are talking about.
It's a long story. It's about 129 episodes worth of story.
We'll get you up later, man.
So okay, so we can't stay here, but what's next, man?
Well, I think perhaps your father might want to rest for a while. Maybe we can go discuss it elsewhere.
Okay.
I'm assuming this takes something out of you. It was different when it happened for me, I think.
Because it was instant.
So the resurrection spell that you cast, I think, does not have the same effect. Oh no, it does have he's exhausted. Essentially, mechanically, he's got a penalty to everything he would try to do until he has slept it off, so to speak.
For the moment,
he's I think, for the sake of how he is acting as an NPC, he just seems very lucid, but very weak and easily exhausted. He tries to sit up and looks like he goes a little dizzy for a second.
for the time being, we can have them assign more guards here and be ready to message us should anything happen.
Well, are we resting before we leave? I know that took a lot out of Mira.
I think we need
I
to
feel like-
discuss first.
Isn't this just I would assume this would be first thing in the morning, we would have had a long rest just now.
Oh,
so
right.
that I
That's
could-
right. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm fine. It's not to say that it's not, it doesn't require effort to cast magics like that, but I'm all right.
And we spent a few hours, I think, talking over plans, and going over different places and pointing at different things, and then got the alarm.
Chasing things down the hall.
Yeah.
So we should let your father rest. We will at least say goodbye before we leave, but we can go and figure out what we're doing.
I would prefer that we stay at least one day. We can leave tomorrow, just in case anything happens. I don't know how these things come back, but there did seem to be some threat of that. Maybe a day would make all the difference.
Okay.
But
I'm fine with that.
For the time being anyway, mother, father, please rest. We're not far. We can be summoned in an instant, and the guards will take care of you.
Your father's still looking a little bit like he's getting up to speed here. There's a lot of stuff he missed, it seems, and but your mother is saying, is it safe to let everyone come out of their rooms? Do we need to stay on lockdown? Do you need food?
I think
we can prepare rooms for you.
There's only, I believe, one person truly in danger here. That being, Alaric's father, your husband.
Yagthor.
Yes. So I feel like it's probably all right for everyone else, so long as they are wary, and more eyes helps.
I would keep the guards at alert, but everyone else should be able to move around. In the meantime, wear this and concentrate. It will help you. And I pull out of the pocket thing, which I've forgotten the name of.
Periaptive wound closure?
Periaptive wound closure. And I put it around Yagthor's neck.
He,
Yes.
yeah, he holds it in his hand and he says, "Thank you, son. I don't even know what to say listening to you and your friends talk about all that. It's hard to really even understand everything that you all are getting up to out there."
It's been an unexpected trip, for sure. We find ourselves at the center of a lot of important things. I wish I had time to stay longer. We'll stay for some time, but you've heard of the disturbances that are happening.
Of course.
We're trying to put an end to them. Or something like that.
Well, obviously you can stay as long as you need to. Is there anything we can do to help?
At the moment, I want you to get better. Your being strong here will help many.
I'm fine.
Maybe.
And he starts to get up, and I think that, like, your mom is already sort of like, lowering him back down, even as you see him start to get a little pale.
Let the rocks settle in your head, Father, and then you can stand up later. Death takes a lot out of you.
Yeah, I feel like I got a kink in my neck, too. What's up with that?
Hopefully no scars. You'll be fine, I hope.
I highly guarantee my work. Like, please.
You don't sign it, do you? Like, he doesn't actually have a little Nirikina Ethu tattoo now.
No, my work speaks for itself. Thank you.
I'm somewhat disappointed, but I can appreciate that.
So, it's you I have to thank then for my life. Anything I can do to repay you, to help all of you. I feel like nothing I could offer seems up to rewarding people trying to save the world.
You got any milk?
What kind of milk are you looking for?
I don't know. Whole milk, skim milk, cow's milk, goat's milk. I don't care. Any kind of milk.
I think we could track something down.
Oh, then your debt is repaid.
Well, I was going to say, I think your family has more than earned anything just by Alaric's presence with us. He's been invaluable.
What she means to say is I've been useful, which is not always something I could promise. Of the things that we might be able to use, in particular diamonds, they can help restore life as yours was restored, and that's something that we find valuable. We may take a few from the coffers. We'll leave plenty, don't worry.
I kind of whisper to Alaric, didn't we just get the whole boatload of gems? Can't you leave these people with their diamonds? I think we're doing okay, man.
There weren't that many diamonds.
Oh, okay. All right. Hey, man, it's your family. I trust you.
It's life or death.
Yeah, man. Okay.
But
I kind of walk away, man. He's no bowl of milk, but yes.
There may be something we need. At present, we want you to be strong, and that will be the most. But it is good to know. It's good to. It's good to see you again. I'm sorry for some of the words that I used before when I last saw you.
I didn't expect our first conversation upon meeting again to be what it was. I think the things you said, I thought a lot about them. The truth is, for so long, it really felt like we were all cursed. And I didn't know how to fix it. It all was on me to do it. I was doing everything I could think of. But it felt like nothing was going to work. And I latched on to the idea that if only that trade deal had gone through, you know, the wedding, and then that Mugen, I worked so hard preparing that, and then to have it all fall through, it just felt like everything was ruined after that. And I let that cloud my feelings for a long time. But then I thought you were dead. And I thought that was just another example of the curse. But then you weren't dead. And I didn't know what to make of that. Especially given Mugen helped, I guess, with that. I mean, I put up the statue, like you said. Did you see it?
It is a very fine statue. I think Mugen would be pleased. I'll let him know.
Okay. So my point is what I'm trying to get around to saying in a long-winded way is I was angry at everything and took it out on you more than I should have. Shouldn't have been at all, really. But then you came back only to leave again. But with now the vault full of platinum, fortunes changed overnight. Like, how am I supposed to interpret that, right? It felt it was overwhelming, and I did not respond the way I wish I had. And so all I can say now is I'm so grateful that you're my son, and I think that the world is better with you in it, whether that's here with me or doing whatever it is out there that you're doing, or whatever you feel like you have to do. I have faith that you're doing what needs to be done, and it makes me very proud.
Last time when I left, I don't think I intended to come back. I think that I don't know. But then I lost myself. I didn't even know what I'd lost for a while, till I was reminded of it. Then I had to come back. I will have to leave again. And I can also assure you that in the future, we'll probably argue again, and we'll probably share a lot of angry words. But I don't think that I would ever want to say that I am not Alaric Copperbeard, of Clan Copperbeard, son of Yagthor and Halbe. And I will be back. If I have to move the heaven and earth myself, I'll be back.
You know, Alaric, I don't know what your intentions are. It sounds like there's a lot of unknown still. But with that axe, you know you could be more than just part of Clan Copperbeard. With that axe, you could unite all the clans.
The axe came to me in a time of need. I appreciate it every time I draw it. Maybe even more. But I'm still me. Perhaps later, if it calls for something like that, maybe I can rise to that challenge. But for now, I'm quite content to be of Clan Copperbeard, to be of use to these heroes, and to call this place my home. But I don't know about speeches. I know about action. And he leans forward with his arm to do the solid forearm grasp shake, and kind of pull his father in a bit closer. He'll lean more in so that doesn't pull his father out of the bed or anything, and then kind of when he's pulled him close, and he can whisper in his ear, and maybe if I'm lucky, I've also met someone extraordinary that I'll be coming back with.
He gives you a raised eyebrow of like, oh.
She not only saved your life after all, and then kind of straighten back up.
He that takes him a minute. You feel like he seems like he doesn't get it. I don't think he is quite ready to completely understand what you meant there.
It's all right.
He'll think about it. He'll wake up in the middle of the night and go,
Yeah, cold sweat. Oh my God, what has my son done? I want to disown him immediately. Yeah. That'll come out later. But for now.
So I think at this point, there are things to be done. For one, bringing your father to where he can rest in his own bedroom instead of out here in the main hall. They start clearing away the other guards, taking them to where they can have proper rites done for them, and the other guards start to clear the lockdown. You start hearing more and more activity just throughout the estate here, just as people start kind of trying to resume their normal activities. But there's a lot of excited whispering in the corridors and halls too, of just as the news is spreading about what kind of went down. And so what are you guys doing? Ket has brought a pitcher of what you suspect is probably fresh goat's milk.
That's good shit.
There's one thing that I want to do later, but that's not what we're doing right now. So okay,
well,
where are we?
I'll lead them to one of the sort of dining rooms. One of the ones at the formal dining room. You have the guests at, so we have a space to talk.
Yeah, Alaric obviously knows the whole compound here, so he could guide you wherever. And I think that you're all informed that rooms are being prepared for you to stay as long as you feel like you can or need to.
So where do we go now?
We should go to Rashama.
She already said she didn't want to do that, though.
We don't need to do that right now. It's not a priority.
We do need to do it, and time is of the essence. It also will give us another lead potentially on how this contract might be destroyed. Which, if we don't do right away, could be something that could linger. We may not be able to attack the contract itself, but at least pull the threat away so it can't be used against us again.
I still don't think it's necessary.
That's because you don't remember. And you should. Just for the same reasons you said that I should.
I think our situations are a little bit different.
Are they? Sure, my eyes don't glow and I can't fly. I don't burst into bolts of lightning. But in a lot of ways, we're not that far apart.
Well, one of us has responsibilities that might mean home is not an option ever again.
Wouldn't you want to see it better off than even in that case?
And I'm doing what I need to do to ensure that.
You can't make her do it if she doesn't want to, Alaric.
And she can't stop me if I want to do it.
Look, man, we're not splitting the party.
And also, it's going to take you a long time to get there because, I mean, like, you know, she could travel, but...
I can be there tomorrow with all of you. One night's rest is all I need, and I can be there.
I think we need to focus on other things first. Ket, do you know... Have you gotten any word about the progress?
No, the
With
last
the Githyanki?
With the Githyanki, no.
Mm.
I mean, I could ask the queen to see if she could scry on them to find out how they're doing. See if they've coming along with getting pieces of the caretaker.
I mean, do remember, it has been like 2 days.
Yeah, man. Well, hop to it, man. Come on.
And as you left it, you kind of implied that you maybe wanted them to see if they could help with Pishwish, but it was a little bit vague still. She basically said that if you asked for her help, that's how she would do it, and you didn't ever quite pull the trigger.
I thought we did.
Okay.
That we went. That's why we came here. Was because she was sending the Githyanki, directing them to get Pishwish, and so this was like,
okay, what
we're doing in the meantime.
All right.
I thought.
I kind of had, yeah. I couldn't quite remember if you had. It felt like there was still some wiggle room there, but if you guys want to have left it as you did tell her to proceed, then absolutely, we could have.
That was my impression, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So my thinking here, Ket, if you wanted to check in, if it's something that we need to help with more personally and get involved with, we could do that.
I think that they are a group set on a mission by a power we've all acknowledged, which is far powerful than most of ours. If they do run into trouble, I do not doubt it that the Queen would tell us and make us in some ways want to go anyway. So I'm not so sure that we can spend all our time watching over their shoulders.
Keep in mind also, she has a pretty fantastic book that is probably very distracting to her right now. And I don't think we have the same priority. So I think asking might prompt action.
We can certainly urge her on, but that's not much to do. What other of these items that are burning that we need to do now?
Well, there was talk of going back to the tree because the Ember people were awakening, checking in with Amethyst, seeing how the tree is doing.
There's also the issue of Melicanth and Grandmother Praxis.
Which we did decide that we were not going to do anything about. Because Melicanth, as much as I know you want her to be, is not a priority right now.
But she has We need the object, the stolen moment, for this ritual.
We've talked about this like over and over and over again. Like we don't need that specific moment if it comes down to it.
You do need the
We
artifact.
do.
The actual
that.
artifact.
Yeah,
We
we need the
that.
actual artifact.
Do I know what to do with the artifact once we have it?
Yeah, so the lingering effect you have from your experience with the Thriae honey. Incidentally, the foresight is worn off by now.
Right, yeah.
Um,
Definitely.
the lingering feeling you have about it is essentially it's like you know the spell. The
Okay.
material component would require the artifact, and what you could either do is use the one that's in there now,
Mhm.
or you could replace it with a different moment. And what that would need to entail is something monumental that would have happened, except it won't because you're stealing the moment. And you
Right.
know how to do that.
Right.
So it's like you have a spell that you can cast to
Okay.
do that. So you know that holding the artifact,
Right.
you could make that happen.
Okay. So I have a question then. What is preventing us from doing that now?
Going to get Melican?
Like, no, if we get the stolen moment, if we go get Melicant and we have the artifact, why don't we just, what's preventing us from putting it back, like right now? I know we're worried about the ramifications and the demon lord that might pop up. But I mean,
Well, I think my major concern, we're going to be messing with time itself.
okay.
And if we do something that results in, like if we put back the moment
Mhm.
and the ripples through time cause us to forget everything else and kind of snap us into whatever, like we don't know
Right.
is the thing.
Okay.
And if that happens, we won't remember what needs to be done with the tree.
So to clarify, if you return the original moment, the timeline adjusts.
Right.
If you replace it with sort of a crafted moment, it will stabilize but not reset the timeline.
Right.
Wasn't there also some talk of fixing the tree, because if the tree is fixed, then we might not even have to do that at all?
Mm-hmm.
But to do that, we need to reassemble the caretaker, don't we?
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's only been 2 days, so the Yankee, they're probably not getting any pieces yet.
I don't know. They seem to be pretty efficient, and if we have pointed them in the right direction.
But they were given that
What are the odds
information.
of that?
I don't know. Remember how long they sat outside the amber bubble, all like trying to decide how they were going to break in before they started like crashing into it? Who knows with the Yankee?
Well, I think once they have a course of action, they don't hesitate. So that's why I suggest
Yeah.
checking in and maybe seeing from there. Maybe it will help us make a decision either way.
Do you want me to ask the
Anybody
queen? I can ask the queen. I can check it. I can see what's going on, man.
You can try.
Okay, man.
I
Can
think-
I get
yeah.
a little privacy?
Sure, go ahead.
I guess.
Hey, Lark, where's the bathroom?
There are many of them, but there's a nice one just around the corner.
All right, dudes. I'll be right back.
Yell if you need anything.
Okay, man. I
Like
will.
if you're under attack, not if you need toilet paper.
Okay. I don't think there's much of that to go around these days.
The 3 shells. Just figure out the 3 shells. You'll be fine.
Okay, I'm just going to take my jug of milk and go to the bathroom.
I was just
I'll be-
imagining dwarven toilet paper, and it's just like a pumice stone.
Oh. Oh, that's not sharp and soft, man. Come on. Okay, so I will retreat to the bathroom with my jug of milk, and I will
You take
just,
the milk into the bathroom with you? All right.
Yeah, man, I'm just hanging out. You know, it's not like I'm doing anything. I'm just like, oh, good and gracious, beautiful queen. Are you available to talk for a moment, or are you reading your book?
I always have time for you, Cat.
Oh, you say such the sweetest things. Listen, I was wondering. Um, I know it's only been a couple of days, but me and me and my staff, we're just kind of wondering if the Githyanki have chop chop if they've managed to find any pieces of the caretaker yet that we set them off on the mission to do. And I know it's only been a couple days, but I was wondering if you could like check in with them, or maybe you could scry, or if what's
Of
up with that.
course. So, the crater in the abyss that you described for me, I was able to spy upon, and I directed them to it. My understanding is that their initial assault was entirely annihilated, and they are currently gathering their forces for a more rigorous approach. But it does seem likely that the heart is there as you saw it, and I saw it myself.
Oh my goodness! Oh, okay. Um,
It is well protected, but of course they have an armada.
yeah, that armada, that's pretty big. Um, I don't think there's anything else to know right now. How are you doing? Are you enjoying the book that we found for you?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
very much.
Are you learning lots of things?
I am.
Yeah. Um. Have, I don't know if you probably haven't, but I don't know if you can. Maybe just for a quick second. Do you think you could take a look and see if my mother and father are okay right now? I know I know that they've been coming out of the amber, and I just don't. I want to make sure they're not too scared, or nothing bad is happening to them. Do they seem confused, kind of thing? I just want to know how they're doing.
Of course, I understand.
I mean, I got this milk to drink. If it's going to take a minute, it's okay. I can wait.
Just a moment. I will look for them right now. I can assuage your feelings about the current status of Stitch of Fabric and Three Stripe.
Yes, thank you very much.
And you, I think, felt a little bit of just a little bit of a psychic rustling as she pulled those names out of your head.
Mm-hmm. I caught that.
There's a moment of silence, and then they seem as though they have recovered from their amber imprisonment.
Oh.
The city itself seems to be emerging from the amber shell that it had hidden in for so long. It's just as well that the Githyanki are no longer trying to assault it. They would find it rather easy to do so now. Your parents, though, are, I think, concerned is appropriate. They're confused.
Mm.
They don't necessarily understand all of what's happening.
Yeah,
But
they don't probably realize that many millennia have probably passed since they've been in there.
indeed. Or why their home now appears to be on another plane entirely.
Well, that too. That'd jar anybody. Okay.
But they seem to not be facing any immediate threat.
Okay. That's good to know then. Okay. Thank you very much, Queen. I really, really, really appreciate it. And I love you, and I think you're swell. And I'm glad that we can have this little talk, and I hope to be able to call on you again someday, maybe just to chat. I don't always want it to feel that I'm always just coming to talk to you when I need something. I want us to be friends.
Of course.
Yeah.
My offer for a position in my court stands open, waiting for your arrival.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
So while he's away,
Mm-hmm.
I want to turn with a serious face to the other three. I have my concerns about Cat of the Sands. His fondness for the Queen is far too strong, and I fear that she has permanently changed him, bound him even.
Kind of, yeah, looking at Cadence going, I think he might be okay.
He's fine.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
It just seems like everything is Queen this and Queen that lately, and he's always eager to go to her for everything. And she seems to be doting upon him somewhat as well, which...
No more than she did to, Amethyst or Neely or anyone else.
Seems harmless.
I think the Queen is anything but harmless.
Well, no, I think his little affection game seems harmless.
I don't know. She already has some hooks into some of us, and she can twist that in dangerous ways. I would be afraid to not be at least wary of this.
I think it'll be okay.
I hope so.
They're definitely worth keeping an eye on.
Oh no, you guys, we should have had him ask about the Marut.
Maybe he did. But he's been gone an awfully long time. He's probably talked about everything by now.
Are you worried that he's telling her all our secrets?
Probably talking about. He's probably talking about the goat milk, to be honest.
All right, so I think we need to have a contingency plan in case that thing does show up.
Like what?
Like we fight?
I mean,
I really don't think.
I think we run. I have plane shift ready to go at a moment's notice, so... Any other ideas?
I mean, that seems like the most logical course of action right now. It can just keep following us, but, I mean, we can't fight it.
We don't know how it might follow us. It didn't follow us before. It simply left, and had been stuck in the one place for so long. To be honest, I don't think it actually is following all of us. I think it has its eyes set on Otterkey, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. Certainly seems that way, and if it comes to it, then I can certainly hold it while you guys get away.
Well, I was thinking that you should probably use one of those amulets to at least hide your position from casual scrying. Maybe it would be enough to hide it from it, too. I don't know. Until we can essentially call it to us and confront it, or whatever needs to be done. I kind of want to do that, but in a very particular place. Well, this thing is a servant of, for lack of a better term, absolute order. I'd rather like it to follow us into the place of absolute chaos and see what happens there. Its natural enemy might overwhelm it, or at least hold it there. But that is a gamble.
Hey, you guys, I'm back.
If only we could get it in the bottle. Hey, yeah,
Hey, man.
What'd you learn?
Oh, that's some good milk. So anyway, this is what happened, and I told him what the Queen said to me.
Good.
And you know,
Encouraging.
my parents are okay. The city itself is like, a lot of it's like the amber is gone, you know, so it's restoring itself. I mean, everyone that's coming out of the amber is like, hey man, why is our city on another plane of existence? You know, they're all confused and a bit concerned, but you know, other than that, it doesn't seem there's like no imminent threat to it.
Well, at least Amethyst is there and can try to explain.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing.
So far so good on that front.
So we can forget about that for a while then.
Yeah, I think, I mean, believe me, I really, really, really want to go see my mom and dad.
Do you know how long it has been since we were trying to find our way back there?
I know. It's like crazy. I mean, we found our way back there, but it's not there, kind of thing.
Like, it consumed our lives for like 5 years.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's home, but it's not home. It's not going to feel like home until it's back in its rightful spot,
I have no idea how that can happen.
I don't know, man, but something's got to give.
Did it pull the city there? I forget. Because if the tree pulled it there, it can presumably put it back.
I mean,
or anywhere, actually.
Well, I think it was that when they went to destroy the tree, the people sort of gathered and prayed, and that's what happened with the amber, so they weren't able to completely destroy it, only shift it to the astral sea.
Yeah, pretty much.
So they should be aware of where they are then, because what they tried worked.
Well, I mean, you wake up from a, 300 millennia coma, you're going to be kind of confused.
They may not have known about the displacement.
Well, it's also the plan was not, hey, let's move the tree to the astral sea. The plan was pray to the tree that it can protect us against this strange threat.
Which it did, kind of, but now they just don't know where they are. So,
well, they're with the two things which can probably help them the most.
I have no doubt. Yeah,
Amethyst.
Amethyst. Yeah, I have no doubt that Amethyst can set some of their concerns at ease.
There will be a lot of puppies, I think. Well, no, wait. Puppies might not work.
Well, no. I mean,
goats.
I mean, it's not just all. It's just not all Tabaxi there. It's not a city of Tabaxi. I mean,
birds, maybe. Birds would be perfect.
Birds, yeah. Birds, cows. It's all good.
So what are we going to do then? Are we going to figure out a way to go get Melicant and just face the Marut? Are we going to Nira's house?
Can we know where the Marut is? Can you look in upon it? Is that something within your purview, Narakinethu?
For something of that nature, I don't think I have those capabilities. Possibly the Queen, but it is an incredibly powerful entity.
You can always try. If you fail, we'll know we need someone like the Queen to see it.
I don't have any spells like that equipped right now. I'd need time to prepare it. I don't have a lot of confidence in it, and I don't know. I hate wasting magic. It's very inefficient.
It's not a waste if it works. It's not a waste if it doesn't work, because then we know it doesn't work. Till then, it's just potential. All right. Well, one thing that we all need is a bit of rest. I do wonder whether we want to rest here, though, if we do want to make some journey.
I could actually use the crystal ball because I haven't. All right. I cast the scrying spell. So. So it just says crystal ball, but like the item description for this says there can be variants. Is it just like, should I just assume it's straight?
The crystal ball, there are variants of it, but you had the scrying variant.
Okay.
So the crystal ball of scrying, I think, is what let's see.
Yeah. What I see? Let's see.
Oh no! So you do not
variants.
have. Yeah, I don't think you had one of the variant ones. You had just the standard one, I think.
Okay.
Unless it said.
Yeah, it's not a legendary item. It's just a wondrous item. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I can give it a shot. And then I'm not really wasting anything. I think it doesn't. Is it only usable like once a day? Because it's not telling me. I have stuff for the variants.
While
but...
touching it, you can cast the spell with it. It doesn't say that it only does it once per day.
Okay. I will give it a shot.
It is actually a little surprising, but yeah, that's what it says.
Okay. So it's a DC 17 to scry on the Marut.
All right. So you're gazing into the crystal ball. You got it like set up on a table or something like that?
Yeah, we're sitting at this dining table, so we'll just...
Right. Now this is still like, this is a ritual to perform it. You know, it takes a little while to, you know, do the actual casting of it. So there's some time that you're all kind of sitting around, classic fortune teller style stuff. You looking at the crystal ball, peering into its various little warped visions, and as you are initiate the spell, you feel it reaching out to look for the Marut. And then you feel that it reaches a target and is rebuffed, which you understand as it succeeded in its saving throw. But then you feel as though you are not merely pushed away psychically, but that you are pursued. And all of a sudden, all of you look and now see the crystal ball as though it is briefly now the single huge eyeball of the Marut, which looks around, and then this crystal ball goes dark, and then whoom, and all of a sudden popping into the room is the Marut. Roll initiative.
Now we know how to attract it. Perfect.
All right, hang on. Let me get you guys set up on a map.
Chaotic enough for you, Alaric?
Hey, we learned something.
Right.
Yeah, we learned how to die.
It's an 18
We don't learn
for
that
me.
lesson well.
All right, hold on. I'm not quite ready for the...
Yeah.
All right. Okay, 18 for Nira. The rest of you can go ahead.
Audic has 4.
All right.
9.
12 from me.
12 for Alaric.
17.
17 for Ket. All right, now let me get you on the map here. And let's see. All right, hold on. I didn't have the map just ready to go, because how could I know what you guys were going to get up to?
Absolutely. How do you know we're going to fight the Marut tonight?
Well,
I would
knew
think
it
this wasn't every time ready to do this, given it's going to happen at any time.
Well, right, yeah, it's like a matter of like, well, you know, the Marut fight maybe could happen, but here, let's see. I need to extend this. There we go. But I didn't know if it was going to happen right here. All right, get the Marut on the map, and then we'll roll his initiative, and we'll be good to go. Bloop. Boof. 12. All right. Okay. So, Nira, you are going to be up first.
Oh, thank you.
Please.
All right, so I did say would have it ready to go at a moment's notice. So, I guess I don't know, all our little icons are in the collar covering up, like, I guess where I would be. So I feel like I,
so here, yeah, I can.
yeah. So,
There really was a dining room right off the room. I didn't
Yeah.
think that was true. Cool.
okay, so I'm gonna grab Cadence's hand and reach for a lark. I said, "Come on, let's go." And I have to like wait for them to all join hands because that's a requirement of the spell.
Ah.
Yeah, so you can hold the action of casting the spell
Yeah.
for when everybody is together, but and of course it will, you lose the spell slot if you don't end up casting it.
Yeah, guys, this is important.
All right. Trying to. I feel like I don't hear the music. Do you guys hear the drums?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit for a moment, and then
Yeah.
it disappeared.
Just for a moment.
Interesting.
I hear it a little bit, yeah.
All right. Okay, it's just really quiet for me for some reason. Here we go. All right. Anyway, so Nira has prepared plane shift to where?
Do I have to say the destination right this second?
Yes, and it cannot be the prime material plane because you can't just use it to hop
Yeah.
around to the individual plane. It has to be one of the other planes you have a tuning fork for.
Yep. Let's see, what do we have? We have air, right?
Yeah, yeah. We have air.
We have the astral sea.
We have shadowed place too, don't we?
No.
Yeah, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah.
I'm gonna target the
Material,
temple.
plane, astral sea, and Feywild.
Yeah, okay.
You did make one for the elemental plane of air, I think, but it was like I think did Feathercrest take that? I don't remember now. But yeah, you guys need to keep track of that. So
Yeah, I'm going
Yeah.
to target the temple where the tree is.
okay.
Oh shit.
I don't have a lot of choices.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Ket, you're up.
I don't have to try to do anything before. No, I won't waste the spell. I'll just run over to Nira.
Okay, just up across the table, or
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm just hollering like she's like Dukes of Hazzard, just swap across the table and grabbing Ket's hand.
I would also like to specifically state that I did not pick up the crystal ball again. I have left it there.
okay.
I'll pick up the crystal ball. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
All right.
Not gonna bogart your RPG play.
Okay, so Alaric, what is your dex? Because you and the Marut both have a 12 initiative, so whoever has the higher dex gets the
I have a +4.
you get to go first.
Okay.
Oh, hang on, let me move this so I can click around different tabs without here we go.
Revealing all.
Yeah, hang on. There we go. There we go. Or not. Hang on. There we go. All right. So, yeah. So, Alaric, you are going first.
All right.
But the Marut is right behind you.
Yep. But the crystal ball still on the table.
Yeah.
Weird. I will scramble up over the table. I will grab the crystal ball because I have a use for it, and then I will grab onto to Nirkina.
Okay. Everybody slightly shifted off of the.
And
actual
I
grid.
will. Was it an action to grab the crystal ball?
No,
Then I will cast Mirror Image.
All right. We'll say that's mirror image. All right. The Marut has its turn, and get up there. There we go. You see
Gotta
this.
eat me.
Hmm?
Nothing, sorry. It's being goofy.
You see this reflector dish on its chest, start to, and you saw this happen once before back in the crater, but this cube of crackling yellow energy just, and all of you take 45 radiant damage. And I need a wisdom saving throw from everybody.
Can I use my uncanny dodge?
Yes.
So 22. Wisdom? Oh. Had to be
14
wisdom.
for me.
24.
That's a
Seven.
success.
20.
7.
All right. So if you did not get a 20 or higher, you are stunned until the end of the Marut's next turn.
Yep.
Lucky for you guys that Nira did not fail that saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that happens, and it.
Actually, my mirror image goes away.
Okay, you lose concentration.
I can't roll a 20. Wait, no, it's only half the damage, isn't it?
Well, this is like an area of effect, so.
No, but I took 22 damage from that.
Okay. You would have to roll an 11 or better.
Oh, actually, that's not so
On
bad.
Constitution. So.
Yeah, 15.
Okay. Yeah. So it's still up. But basically, it's gonna just go doom 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 doom, and it's basically steps onto the chair and just basically like it's gonna step up onto the chair, but the chair just buckles underneath it. But then its big, long, awkward leg just grumps up onto the table too, and I don't know why grumps is the verb I chose there, but it's now standing on the table like above all of you. All right, Cadence, you're up.
Archie, what did you roll for
Oh.
your saving throw?
Also, yeah, Cadence, were you stunned or no?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
23.
We're in the aura of Otterkey's stuff, too, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Which
So,
is
yeah,
what?
+4. +4 for most saving throws, or for all saving throws.
Yeah, I'm assuming a 11 doesn't make any difference in my case.
No. So, Cadence, your turn.
Okay. I'm going to reach over and grab onto Archie and pull him over with us,
Okay.
and then grab onto Mira. That's my grabbing him and dragging him over is going to be my action.
Yeah, that works.
So that would trigger my spell then.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Poof!
Poof.
I'm gonna.
So, hang on. You know what? I don't have that map ready to just put on, put up for. Yeah. So I don't have that map to just teleport you to. But here, let's do a quick doodle.
You teleport to an empty void. It is between all time and space. They haven't.
Well, it
created
is the
it,
Astral
but-
Sea.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, let's see. Freehand. All right. All right. So this is the root of a tree that the root that emerges there into the into that temple room. The part of the tree that's there in this temple chamber, and we'll say that this is there was kind of the dais that was sort of around there. So quick and dirty map there.
Holy cow, man! The tree got way bigger.
Well, I mean, remember this is just a small part of it that goes into the temple room. Like the actual tree, obviously, is huge. So you all appear, feel yourselves, sort of shlooped up through the spell like one of those pneumatic tube thingies, and find yourself poofing out into the this temple chamber. This is where you had last, when you were last here, and Amethyst was like communing with the tree. It was here. You do see. Let's see where. There we go. Okay. You're all kind of poofed into there, and you do see that there are a few tabaxi in here, and in fact, I think Cadence in particular, you see a shadow of a star, the monk of the Spanex Cotis that you trained under, who is there and surprised, startled at all of your sudden appearance. So so you are still in initiative. And
Crap.
so that makes it Otterkey's turn. Did you fail your saving throw before, Otterkey?
No, I had passed it.
Okay, good. So what would you like to do with your action now that you have all transported here? I mean, it would be reasonable potentially for you guys to assume that you're good now, but
Right. I was going to scramble and look for the amulet that we kept talking about. 'Cause I don't think I actually ever put it back on.
So you are, I guess, looking for that in your bag or whatever?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Nira, it is your turn.
Did I see a lark? Like, I assume that he wasn't trying to be like sneaky about it. Do I see that a lark has the crystal ball?
I would guess so, unless Alaric's hiding it for some reason. And you would probably see 4 of him holding 4 crystal balls.
This is true.
Just kind of looking at him. What are you doing with that thing? Throw it away.
He's
I'm gonna. I will go up to one of him and try to smack it out of his hand. But
roll your d20 to see if you get the right one.
It's a,
Is it a duplicate?
it's a duplicate.
Whoops.
She's just glaring at the whatever one is left.
All right. So, in fact, I'll just go ahead and make a couple of them. Because why not? Because it's fun. So the one would have disappeared, I guess, right?
Yeah, that's
So-
still 2 more.
Yeah. All right. So, Ket. I mean, the thing is here, like, you guys have a sense of why you might still be initiative, I assume, but, your characters wouldn't necessarily, so, it's, whatever you feel like you would do.
Well, I'm going to... I don't know. I'm going to grab Cadence and kiss her sailor style, like...
Cadence, as you are kissed, bent over, do you close your eyes?
No, I'm actually really shocked, so I'm just kind of like...
All right. So what I'll say then, with your intense passive perception, as you are experiencing this intense kiss with your eyes open, bent over, kind of upside down, you do see a little bit of a bemused expression on the face of your planeswalking mentor. Like, oh, okay. All right then.
That's my turn.
Yeah. Okay, Alaric, you are stunned this turn, but then.
Oh no! Wait. Disregard all that because I was still stunned then because I failed the saving throw.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you were stunned, then you were stunned.
Yeah. Sorry, Cadence. Next time, baby.
That'll
sorry,
happen
I
in
know.
his imagination.
Yeah.
That's what he
I was
thinking.
thinking
That's what
about
you're
that.
imagining. Yeah, like you know, what? Yeah. So I think what we get is we see the kiss, but then we zoom in on Ket's face as he's just standing there going.
Drooling
Yeah.
on himself.
Yeah.
with like a Kevin voiceover from Wonder Years.
All right, so then it is the Marut's turn, and it womps right back into the room with you.
I thought Alaric came first. Or was he stunned?
You're right, but he's stunned still.
Okay.
So, as the Marut appears, that is its turn, and so at the end of the turn, Alaric and Ket would no longer be stunned. And it did use its action to do that.
Damn it, Alaric.
I'm glad that worked. But I don't have an action for a while, so.
All right, so that makes it Cadence, your turn.
I'm going to go over to the tree
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to put my hand on it.
Okay.
And I'm just going to... I'm going to hold my action. And if the Marut starts coming over here towards me, I'm going to start climbing this little root of the tree.
Okay. Are you? I guess. Tell
I'm
me,
testing
Christiana,
it.
what you're thinking.
I'm testing it to see if we start climbing it the way that I was taught, if we will be able to use it.
Oh, okay. I feel like as you sort of touch it and sort of like try to establish your magic spiritual connection to it, which is how you know the right path to take when you climb it, you feel it's not ready to take you somewhere else, but it's waking up.
Okay. So, I guess that's my action then. I mean, I have 2 actions, but that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to see if that was like a possibility for us to get out of here that way.
So, the last time you were here with the tree and you sort of sensed it, it felt dormant, right? It felt like it's out, it's hibernating, it's unconscious essentially. Now it feels like it's waking up, but it is not fully booted up yet, if you follow.
Okay. Can I use my second action to try to send a message to Arius?
Oh, yes. You can. What are you sending that out?
I want to tell him that there's danger here,
Okay.
and to let Amethyst know that the Marut is here.
Okay. You send that out telepathically?
Mhm.
All right. I will say that you immediately get a response back, and he says, "That thing took Amethyst."
The Marut has Amethyst?
That's all we have time for in the moment.
Okay.
This moment
Yep.
of initiative. But that is what Arius says.
Okay.
Oh my god! I thought you were gonna say that's all we got time for tonight.
Nope.
See you next week.
Autarky. Your turn.
I'm gonna cast the spell Evil and Good,
Okay.
which is a self buff. Basically, anything not of this plane. Oh, I was gonna do that on the material plane. I don't know. I hope it works. Anything not of this plane has disadvantage to hit me.
Okay. Hang on. Let me just read that spell myself just to.
Let's see, from Fey, undead, and creatures originating from beyond. Oh, from beyond the material plane.
Okay, yeah. So.
Doesn't matter what plane I'm on. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm going to concentrate on that. And I guess hold fast and be in a defensive position
Okay.
with my mask and my shields and my sword.
All right. So, that makes it Nira. Your turn again.
Goddamn crystal ball. Okay. I don't know which one is Alaric.
I mean, he's not stunned anymore.
Okay. I
She
guess.
might beg to differ at that assessment, I think.
I can do this one more time. I guess I will. Let's see. I'll grab the person nearest to me, which would be Ket, and look at Alaric and tell him to drop the damn ball and ready plane shift again.
Where to this time?
Feywild. Targeting wherever we stayed before.
Okay.
Not her little grove area. The beach house that we
Sure.
were staying in.
Party cabin.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, you are preparing that. Do you like yell out to everyone that that's what's going on?
Yeah. Well, I told him to drop the crystal ball, so. Drop the ball! Come on, let's go!
Can I respond to that, or do I wait for my
Yeah,
turn?
sure. Like a sentence worth.
It's following this. I'm not leaving that thing here.
All right. So, that makes it Ket's turn.
Oh boy. I'll be like, well, he's got a point, man. We can't leave the ball. We can't leave the Marut here with the tree. We need to get them away from this place and then find out what happened to Amethyst. And I grab Nira's hand.
He's after Archie, not the ball.
Wasn't with the tree.
All right. Alaric, it's your turn.
Geez, I'm ready?
Yeah. That's what happens when nobody actually does anything.
Yeah. So what did you just say? You did say something.
Oh, I said it. I thought it wasn't with the tree a second ago.
Oh, yeah. No. It's definitely following us. I know Nirkina hates to waste magic, though. I look at Nirkina. If it harms anyone here, that's on us. And I will basically just toss the crystal ball
Okay.
and cast Shatter on it.
Okay. So where are you throwing it towards? Meaning, would you be trying to catch anything else in the radius of the shatter spell?
Oh, it is a radius, isn't it? Yeah, why not? I'll toss it towards the Marut. It's only a few feet away.
Sure. So that would be Constitution saving throw?
Yep. It is made of inorganic material,
Yes.
So it is disadvantage on the saving throw.
Well, the first roll was a 20. Like, I don't mean like a total of 20. I mean it rolled a natural 20. Then it rolled a 6, but that's still a 14.
It's not enough.
All right.
Save is 17.
Okay. So it takes how much damage?
3d8. So it is 16 points of thunder damage.
Okay. Unfortunately, the crystal ball is not destroyed because it's a magical item. They tend to be, resistant to such things.
But it might be distracting.
Mm-hmm.
As I will then use my move and bonus action to go and grab onto Nirikina once more.
All right. With the real one of you.
No, all three of us.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So now it is the Marut's turn. And let's see.
Well, wait now. Is everybody? No, not everybody's touching her issue. All right, never mind.
Not yet. I think Cadence is the like Cadence and Otterkey haven't done like the I'll go grab thing.
Gotcha.
It stomps up to Otterkey, and you feel that you have this sort of shimmering protection on you, but it's the same. Bam, bam, and that's 2 hits of 60 points each.
Okay.
And
Two
again,
hits
these
of
hits.
60 points each.
Yeah,
That would total 120.
correct.
I go down.
All right.
And I automatically pop to 1 hit point.
Huh. Remind me what feature that is. Like you have a.
That's
thing?
my paladin being level 18 feature.
Oh, okay, nice. Good.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what it's called.
No, that's all right.
Divine Health.
Yeah,
Undying
so-
Sentinel. Once per
Okay.
long lasting.
Yeah. So you did it. Yeah. This thing. Once again, it's uncanny the way this thing moves. You feel like your spell would have actually had an effect. It makes it less. It makes it harder for something to hit you. But what you're kind of intuiting as your head is ringing from this is that this thing does not have a chance to miss. Its successful strike is a foregone conclusion. There is no chance that it would miss, and therefore you could double the 0 chance of missing. Yeah, mechanically, it does not roll to hit. It just hits.
Wow.
Yeah, right? But that makes it Cadence's turn. And
Okay, I'm going to run in between, like under Ket and Nira, grab Archie, and then grab onto Nira.
So, okay.
And I'm gonna say to Archie as I grab him, I'm gonna handcuff myself to you.
All right. So does that activate your spell, Mira?
Yep, that will trigger it. And yeah, I'm having to use my 9th level spell slot for it.
All
But
right.
yes,
So
to the
once-
Feywild.
Once again, I think you find yourselves sort of being compressed and sucked up into this magical spell. And I think, Cadence, just as you are sort of leaving, you just hear Arya saying, "It's good to see you." So you all appear in your little guest house there in the Feywild. Let's go ahead and let's see. I got it better. There we go. So I'm going to take us back off of the map here because you probably all arrive still kind of at ready, still like, waiting to see. And I think you hear what you hear is a crash of a metal platter and some dishes, and you turn around to see that Denobrium is standing there looking very startled. But then as you wait, nothing.
I hope they will survive.
Lark, he was already there. He took Amethyst.
Just kind of swatting at him and
The
dang
Marut
it.
is attacking people who helped the tree. The entire city helped the tree, and now they're awake, and it knows that, and it's there.
It was looking for Archie. We have to stop doing everything that just you want to do all the time, because you're not making good decisions all the time, Alaric.
It was following that thing. I had to make sure it didn't stay in my home to destroy it. I made
It's not
one mistake.
interested in your home. It's
They weren't-
interested in who's helping the tree.
Exactly.
Right now, that's
And we just let
Archie.
and we just led it to the heart of all the people who are helping the tree.
It was already there before. It knew.
Because
they
we
weren't
took the
awake.
crystal.
They
How did
weren't awake. They have just awoken.
But if it took Amethyst,
It was already there.
that's recent.
Hmm.
But they just awoke. That also is.
You
I
don't know
don't
that.
give a rat's ass who just awoke. It took Amethyst.
And she is a prisoner. If she was taken and not killed, then she'll be with the others. Melicanth. And
The prison,
I don't know how.
It's
she
the same
survived.
place that Melicanth and Grandmother Praxis are, which I have been saying we need to go there anyway. So now we have extra reason to go. I'm so angry with you.
Ket, as that conversation is happening, you hear Queen Solomonia in your head saying, "Back so soon? You asked me about that entity, the Marut. It attempted to follow you. I was able to divert it elsewhere in the Feywild, but it is here."
Where did it take Amethyst?
He didn't say. He just said that it had already taken her. I'm assuming it took her to wherever Grandmother Praxis and Melicanth were being held. We should have just gone with it at first and figured out what to do when we got there.
If it wasn't intent on just killing us outright, which seemed
It
like
wasn't. It said, "Come with me and you will be imprisoned." It said not that it was going to kill us immediately.
Well, it stopped saying that the last few times we've met it.
Because we didn't listen.
It attacked first. It isn't listening now.
Well,
That's
now
what
we
I'm
don't-
saying. It doesn't.
If
We
we're in
didn't do what it
prison-
wanted.
we're not going to accomplish anything if we're in prison.
But we could get out.
It's no longer asking. If
Yeah.
Praxis and Melicanth can't make any escape, I'm not so sure that we could either.
Don't talk to me right now.
They're not
I'm
the
very
heroes of
not
legend.
happy with you.
Come on,
Incidentally, recall that Otterkey is laying there at
Oh yeah,
1 hit point.
Oh,
having
yeah, Otterkey,
just
I would
I'm
heal
going to
myself. I would heal myself
No,
for
Otterkey,
sure.
I'm going to cast Healing Word on you. At wait, hold on. Otterkey, I'm going to cast Healing Word on you at level 3. Okay, and then as I cast it, I'm going to lay my hands on you, and I'm going to stare straight at Nirakina, and I'm going to sing. I'm a fool to do your dirty work. Oh yeah. And I will heal you for. Hold on, let me get some dice here. Okay, so that's that's not bad. 1d4 plus my hammers on 4. And what level did I cast that? 3. So 4, 8, 12, 17 points.
And I will follow that up looking directly at Ket and hit Archie with heal for 70 points.
Ooh,
You have the spell slot for that still?
Yes, it's a level 6. I haven't used it.
Okay.
thank you.
I have nothing from 7 and above. Well, nothing from 6 and above. So
Yeah, now we need to get out of here again.
So Denobrium is has kind of collected the dropped platter and just says, "Are you in need of refreshment?"
You should probably leave this place. It's probably not safe.
I have a question. So this is a DM question.
Okay.
So we were just talking about this last week. I think it was the week that we left originally from the Feywild.
Mm-hmm.
Would I know around the temple where there was a place that we could travel, like a portal or like a? Oh my God, my brain is falling out. What the heck is it called?
Like a tear?
No. Like a teleportation circle around the temple.
Oh,
Oh.
right. Teleportation circle. I think, because I want to be fair, because I want that spell to be meaningful, and part of how it's balanced is that you know the location of 2 teleportation circle glyphs. But I was just trying to think, like, how that would work in this context. What I'll say is that you know that the glyph for where the city and the tree used to be, but because it's on the prime material plane, you suspect that it would take you to that crater in the prime material plane, not to the astral sea.
Which would be okay
Well,
if we got out of here. I'm just
saying
curious
that's
what-
where that would go. And then I
Okay.
think you also know, let's say a location that is, it's kind of like on the other side of the mountains that have Mount Rashama on it. But again, it's a thing where it's like, you know that it used to be this sort of magical wizard's enclave. But that was thousands of years ago, so you're not sure what would be there right now.
Okay, but it would put us close to Mount Rashama.
Yeah.
Okay, and the other one might put us in that crater.
Yeah.
Okay, so I turn to Nira, and I say, like, we have 2 options. We could go back to the crater where the city used to be, or we could get closer to your home. I could get us there. It'll only take me a few seconds to cast it.
Or Ket can cast the magic mansion and it can't touch us.
For 24 hours. We can't stay here. It's already here. And if we leave here, then it's going to be looking for us here, and that gives us a jump start.
I would not be so certain that it could not enter the mansion. Grandmother Praxis could do so, and this thing seems far more powerful than her.
But if it's a creature of order, like, well, I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Creature
Well,
of
my
order.
There are
point is
rules
that-
to the magic. Maybe it follows the rules.
Who do we know would know the rules?
Who knows?
Yeah.
But my point is, it'll be looking for us here. If we leave here, it's going to take it a minute to figure out where we went.
And then go there.
Most likely.
Frickin'
How
toasters.
do we know it's not going to come here? It's delayed, maybe. Maybe it's still searching.
Ket, you do, by the way, get a reply to the question that I think was directed a little bit in both ways, like to your friends and to Queen Solomonia, but she does confirm. It would appear that your friend Amethyst is now in a similar holding cell. I am sorry to relate that bad news to you. It does appear, though, that Grandmother Praxis is also there, which I cannot and will not hide my amusement of.
Guys, we need to go to jail.
We don't even know where it is. We have to find that out first.
Well, I think we need to talk about some stuff first.
We don't know anything about this Marut.
We don't have time to
know.
sit around and talk about what we don't know.
We need to
make
get
a
into-
choice
we
right
We can
now.
find people that can answer these questions. That's my point. If
Yeah.
we do not know things, there must be others who do, and we must find them.
We have to make a choice.
You have dealt with some of the gods before that were of its type. Do they know? Can you ask them?
Who are you talking to?
Have we?
Mirakina.
Oh.
In the battle that we faced, the one where there were multiple sides, you told me that there were gods that were fighting for you, sending their agents. So you know them.
Not gods. It was different races aligned with.
There were devils and there were celestials. There were things far more powerful than any race I've seen. And no mortals there. Or there were some mortals, but more than that. Can you contact them? Can they know? Can Rashama tell us? Rashama's memory must stretch back aeons.
I don't. I think we need to get somewhere so we can stop and think. Somewhere safe. Is this not safe? Like, how long can we stay here?
I don't know if there is anywhere safe. Although it has not followed us here. Maybe it was following the crystal. I don't know. I had hoped it would, to at least not inflict its wound upon my home. But I fear for those of the crystals, or the Amber City.
It's not there anymore. It's in the Feywild. It's just not
Where?
here.
So
How do you know
strictly
that?
speaking,
Oh, well,
unless
that's right.
Kat told
We
you,
didn't
you
know
wouldn't
that, did we?
Yeah, no. That's why I'm acting as if I don't know that. It's probably on its way. With the crystal ball, I had hoped we could lead it. It was the one thing we were missing before. How do we attract it? Now we know.
It's
There's at least
after
one
Archie.
left.
That's how we attract it.
It had its eye in that ball. That's it. If it had seen him before, then it would have come before. But until that point, it had not come. That is the only
All
thing
we would
I
have
can
to do is mess with the tree, and that summons it. Easy.
Does
It's
it?
not difficult to call the thing.
It was there.
Getting
when we
rid of
met
it.
the tree before.
Stop, both of you. We don't have time for this arguing and bickering and trying to figure out something that we'll never figure out until we make a choice.
Then what
Do we
do?
stay here? Do we leave here?
I
We
think
stay here,
we
what do
have
we
to
do?
go.
Yeah, I think it
I
is
think we
best
have
to
to go.
leave. It's
And the crater is
with
not an
reasonable.
idea.
Crater.
it's reasonable to think that it had to see us leave to, have some perception of where we went.
I don't think the crater is a good idea.
Fuck it, let's go to the
Casting
Shadowfell.
teleportation short. We can't. Nira can't teleport. She can't plane shift us again.
We could
We
travel
have
through the
two
next point.
choices.
We could perhaps get a boat and travel that way.
Oh my
There are
god.
plenty
Just,
of.
Will you
Cadence, just
listen?
take us where you're going to
I'm-
take us.
I start casting the circle.
So teleportation circle actually only works on the same plane.
Oh,
No.
oh, Jesus, help me.
Yeah, like teleport.
I think it's very specifically must be on the same plane of existence.
Oh, you're right. It does. Yeah.
That's fine.
Cat, I think we need the magic mansion. That will hold it off for at least 24 hours.
I cast the magic mansion.
The shimmering
Give Her
magical
Majesty our
doorway
apologies.
appears, and Denobrium says, "Well, I suppose you won't be needing rooms then."
Nope. And I walk through the door. And I
It would be
tell my
best if
servants
you
to get me a drink.
It would be best if you're not here, at least for a while. Something dangerous is following us and may follow us here. I would not want to see you hurt.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I'll go in.
Take a few deep breaths. I will not kill the dwarf. I will not kill the dwarf. Okay.
She's going to totally kill the dwarf.
And
So
I will
that-
enter the magic mansion.
It's now destined, I
I'll
believe.
head right in.
Yeah, I love how mad Nira is, given that it was her spell that
Mhm.
called the thing.
Her object, her spell, her idea.
Somebody didn't listen when I said, hey, let's maybe not scry on it. No, let's find a way.
And you were like, hey, but I don't have to waste a spell, at least. Awesome. Let's do this.
All right, so you all head into the mansion.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weapon ready just in case.
I'm going to find myself a room upstairs and slam the door as I go in.
Same.
I think, Ket, you hear Queen Solomonia's voice in your head again, just saying, "So, here's what's happening. It has been shunted a ways off, outside of my immediate domain here in the Feywild, but it is on its way. So, if you had a general idea of how long you might be staying before departing for another place, I'll know how best to hold it off in the meantime, ideally without sacrificing too many of my soldiers."
Queen, my staff are idiots. Got about 8 hours. How's that sound? Is that good?
Yes.
Okay.
Isn't this place timeless?
Time still passes, but not in the world outside. Like it moves
Oh, right.
slower.
Yeah.
What she does add, though, is what I can help with is when you depart, it may well attempt to follow you, and I may be able to give you a slight head start. My ability to have time passing for you being only moments on the outside, I can reverse. But if it attempts to follow you immediately, it may not be much time, but it will be some.
Okay. I really appreciate that. I will let the others know when they are talking to one another again.
Ket, my
Yes.
darling, this is an incredibly powerful creature that you have made an enemy of. Do you feel that it is really in your best interests to continue to oppose it?
Me? I don't know. I mean, honestly, I want to let it take us to jail. I think we need to get into jail so we can break out of jail.
The concern, of course, is that you will go to jail and be unable to break out of jail.
Well, I mean, I know that is like, it's like a big risk. I know that. But it's like, we can't just keep running from this thing over and over again. What choice do we have? We either like face it head on or we keep running. It's gonna keep following us again and again. It can't be reasoned with. It can't be bargained with. It has no emotions.
Doesn't feel pity, remorse, or fear.
That's right.
Absolutely.
I
will
mean, I
not
don't-
stop ever until.
it would-
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what to do, man. I mean, other than wash my hands.
Well, washing hands is important, of course. Use soap and water for 20 seconds.
Yes, absolutely.
The concern I feel for you is that if you allow it to take you where it wishes to, you will not return, and that would break my heart. But I will support you if that is your wish.
I mean, it's not my wish. I mean, I don't right now. I mean, there's so much going on in my head. I just don't know how to. I mean, we need to get Amethyst back. And if Amethyst is in jail, then somehow we need to get to jail to get Amethyst, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But thank you. It means a lot that you come to me to give us a heads up and to talk me down from a tree.
Well, you and your friends have brought me an artifact which delights me to no end, and I am very grateful. However, I do fear that this entity may well be a match for me, if it were to come to that.
I understand, and I don't want that. I don't want it to come to that. We faced so much in the 2 weeks we've known each other. It just seems to reason we should be able to fight this. I don't know. Oh,
Let me know how I can help.
I will. Thank you, my queen.
So, was Cat just staring into space, holding a drink at the dining room table in the mansion?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, he assumed that no one's around him. He's just sitting there at the kitchen table, just like talking to thin air. But I mean, if somebody is around, then I'll just be like, "What? You never talk to yourself? Come on."
So, once Nira gets in the room, she kind of has a moment to breathe, calm down a little bit. She has a thought. Trying to decide. Did I want? It's got the same layout as last time and everything, right? And
The mansion?
nothing's changed, Cat. Yeah. So I'm going to go where I think I heard Cadence, like it was her room last time, and I heard a door slam. So I'm gonna knock on the door.
If that is you, Alaric, I don't want to talk to you right now.
It's not Alaric.
Oh, you can come in.
Should I slam it just for good measure?
Yes. Really hard.
Slam the door. Okay. So I have an idea, but I don't know how we might pursue it. I might be able to find out more, but I wanted to run it by you first and see what. It's not a fully formed thought. It's more like an inkling of a maybe, I guess.
I also had kind of an idea, so you go first.
So this Marut, it's a being entirely of order, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's the opposite of that?
Chaos.
Right. So we either need an ally or a weapon of complete pure chaos.
Right.
But I'm not sure where to start.
See,
with something like that.
Here's the idea that I had, and it would mean we would probably have to ask Queen Solomonia for help, which I'm sure will make Alaric even grouchier.
I don't care.
I know, right now he can grouch it up forever. But I was thinking, she said that the Githyanki were having some trouble. So what if we go and help them get back the body of the gardener? Because that is who we need more than anybody.
And if I recall correctly, isn't that plane particularly chaotic?
Yes, it's full of chaos. Not the best kind, but I mean, that's kind of what we need.
So maybe all we'd really need is a tuning fork for that plane, right?
Which we could make from Archie's body. Because isn't he from that plane? I mean, sort of.
I was thinking more along the lines of that seems like a small ask of the Fey Queen.
But I mean, isn't
rather
Archie
than
from
harvesting
there?
our ally? Seems just.
Well, no, I mean we could just take a few flakes of skin or something. Maybe he has a piece of armor or something that came from there when he was young. I don't know. I don't know that much about him, honestly.
Well, I think he might be too far removed at this point.
So, but that's what I was thinking. Maybe she could help us get there.
Yeah, I mean, maybe she can just open a door for us or something.
Yeah. But I think that we should talk to her directly if possible, rather than asking Ket to go between, because I don't like. I mean, Alaric is not that far off. He's talking to her way too much, and he told me not to worry about it. But you know how he is. I mean, you've known him for like a couple minutes, and he can get a little weird and obsessive about things, and I think that we should try to see if we can talk to her directly. I mean, maybe.
Do you want to go? You and me?
Yes.
Maybe we'll just go for a walk. What do you think? Get some air.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Make sure we slam the doors a lot, though. I want to
Lots
let
of
her
door
know that
slamming.
we're like really mad. Okay.
Slam,
And also,
slam.
won't tell them where we're going either. We're just gonna
We don't really know where we're going anyway. We know we have a goal, but
I think if we went outside and we were just like, Your Majesty, we would like to have an audience with you, she might answer. I mean, she answers Ket. I don't understand why she wouldn't. Because she's answered me before.
she likes you a lot.
Yeah, I like her. I know everybody else doesn't like her, but I think that she's okay.
Well, she kind of owns me, so you know.
Yeah.
All right, let's go and get it. I mean, obviously, we shouldn't go until we've
Right.
had a rest, because wow, it's been a day.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can talk to her
Mhm.
and then fill the others in on the plan.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
Are you going to talk to the queen, or are you going to bed and then to talk to the queen?
We're going to talk to the queen first.
Okay,
Mhm.
see, I was trying to make sure I understood, because it seemed like you were maybe saying get a rest first. Okay.
No, I don't think that enough time has passed for us to take a long rest again yet. I mean, I know a
Mhm.
lot happened, but it also
Yeah.
happened very quickly.
It's true. It would
Yeah.
it would a little bit feel like trying to go to bed at like 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Otterkey, what have you been up to since entering the mansion?
I don't know, man. Eating. Stress eating. He's racking his head about what to do and taking in what everybody else has said, but it's not making a whole lot of sense anymore.
Okay. Well, if you're there in the dining room, you probably Cadence and Nira would pass you. And I don't know, Kat, are you still there too? Just hanging out in the common area?
Yeah, man.
Hmm?
I'm eating a snack.
So Alaric, what about you? Where did you go during all that?
I mean, he went into the lobby and just starts pacing, trying to figure out what the hell to do. Once in a while, swinging the sword, swinging the axe, to trying to feel its weight to let it guide him. It's not coming to him.
So Cadence and Nira, I think your intent to sort of leave, you are going to have to like walk right by everybody. So
Oh
you
yeah,
can
but
do-
fully glaring,
Sure.
not happy.
Yeah.
A
It's
little bit of
united
crackling
front.
stuff going on in my hair.
Mm. Yep.
Just
All right.
dare him to talk to me.
Slam the door before he can.
Okay. Slam. They stomp, slam.
They left? Where the hell do they think they're going? I'm going to go out after
Who
them.
knows? It's probably
Hey, Alaric,
probably
man, just
blowing out steam.
dude, man, let them go. Let them
This
blow
is
off
the
some steam.
only safe place we have.
Holy
Otherwise-
crap, man, can you just shut up for 1 second and let them have a moment? God!
I will not
Calm
let them
down.
die. I will not let them die. I don't care how angry they are with me.
Listen.
I will not let them die.
They're not
The
gonna
queen
die.
won't let them die.
Queen won't let them die. Archie won't let them die. I'm not gonna let them die. It's okay, man. They're not going far.
We're not
I-
safe here. That king could be back at any moment. And if this mansion is not the safest place, then why are we even here?
Yeah.
Hold
I
on,
don't
I'm looking
need
at.
to do
I'm looking
anything.
at. Hold
not
on, I'm
taking
looking
that
at my
right now.
spells. Where's that hold creature spell that I? No. Wait a minute. Hold on. Come on. I cast calm emotions on Alaric.
There's a saving throw, right?
Charisma saving throw.
Sure. I'm totally calm. 13.
Okay.
Now, if we're done yelling at each other, I'm going to go make sure they're safe.
Alaric, they're safe, man. You're just totally chill.
Nobody is safe, and we're worse off separated. You know that. It's only reasonable.
Archie,
I mean, that sounds reasonable.
Archie, just catch him. And I try and knock Alaric out with the butt of my sword.
Oh, wait,
Oh no!
I am going to leave. I'm going to
had you
dodge,
mentioned
and I'm going to disengage, and I'm going to run.
the queen said it can hold it off for 8 hours?
He hasn't mentioned any of that.
Hasn't
So as
mentioned
far as we
it.
know, it's imminent and about to come kill us.
No, open the door. It's standing right there.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry, Bob.
Okay, so that's so Alaric ducks and weaves and
Yep.
so I mean I think Kat, even if you let's not bother rolling just because I mean you're not
Mhm.
I mean so I think you know Alaric, you can make for the door and you open it and you see once again sort of the common area of that nice little Feywild home.
Okay. And I'm going to carefully sneak out.
I mean, you emerge from the door to find Denobrim standing right there alertly, but
Why are you still here? It's not safe. I told you so.
where else am I going to go that is safer than in the Queen's domain?
Maybe another part of the Queen's domain. I'm not as familiar with it as you are, but I know that the proximity of myself and my friends might not be the safest place.
With all due respect, I suspect that I will be better off following the Queen's instructions rather than yours.
That's absolutely fair. I'm going to tap him on the shoulder. Good luck. I hope that you do well. And just turn and leave. He's not angry with him. He can't be. He's calm.
All right, so you walk out. In the meantime, Nira and Cadence had emerged earlier than that. Flashback, 3 minutes ago.
Scooby-Doo. I'd like to think that we also used the Banff cloak to get as far away from the mansion as possible so that if he did come after us,
Can't trace it.
yeah, he'd never know where
Did
we
you use
went.
that during the fight with the assassin?
I don't think so because I couldn't.
It's fine. I mean, I was going to basically what you were going to find is that you emerged from the mansion and Denobrim's right there. And what do you say?
You'd like to have an audience with the Queen?
Of course. Right this way.
Thank you.
And he sort of guides you towards a tunnel that sort of opens up and says, "She is prepared to receive you."
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. And then we flash back forward to Alaric just walking out the front door.
He looks around for a while, finds no tracks. Then we're in the guest building, right? That was what it was, or was it ruins? I forget what it looked like.
No, it was like it's sort of like combo fancy hotel and garden, like the building made of garden.
Okay. Oh, does it have hard walls?
Yeah, there are walls, but they're literally like grown walls out of like tree branches woven together.
Okay, well, that actually makes it easier to climb. So he'll climb to get a higher perspective. He still won't see them. And so he sighs, sits down. The axe is hidden away.
Right.
And then goes into a sort of meditation. I don't know if I have to say these things out loud. I don't know how any of this works. I've never been much on faith or reaching out to the spirits or anything like that. But if you can hear me, Roshama, please keep her safe. That's all I ask. If I can't do it, then please. And he sits there and waits.
Alaric, or Ket and Otterkey, Alaric just ran out ahead of you. Do you follow him, or?
Fuck him.
Well, but I mean, he's right. If that thing could be here any minute, then we should all be together.
You do you, Archie, at this point. You do you. I love you, man. If you want to go out there, be my guest. But right now, I'm done. I need a break. I just need to sit down and a massage. Jenkins, let's go. And I leave the room.
Happening.
Dilemma. Inter-party conflict.
Yeah. I'm gonna make another sandwich.
All right. So, Nira and Cadence, you make your way down that tunnel, and then you find yourself sort of arriving in a little sitting room, and there's a little cart with looks like refreshments, little finger foods, and so on, and drinks, and you see that there's a large ornate. It looks at first like it's sort of like a shimmery, like bubble film, window. But then as it kind of shimmers, you see the queen appear in its image, almost like it's a two-way mirror where the lights have just switched on, revealing. And she just says, "I hope that you'll all be able to solve your various difficulties. It seems as though you're having a hard time."
Yeah.
Some people want to be idiots, but
some people are very stubborn.
he's our idiot.
Yeah. We just need to breathe. We wanted to see you because we brought this trouble here, and it's probably following us.
It is. It attempted to plane shift directly to the same location, but I allowed it in your case and denied it in its.
And we appreciate that.
We do appreciate that. That was very nice of you.
Of course, however, I would appreciate returning the favor by not staying so long that it must fight its way through my army to you.
We actually would like to leave, but we have to take a rest before we go. And we might also require your help again.
We want to go, but the place we want to go is beyond our current reach. We were hoping to go to the location where the Githyanki are attempting to collect Pishwish and the Caretaker's heart.
A horrid place, but then I've never fully understood the ways of mortals.
If we had a choice, I don't think we would go either, but it's a necessity, unfortunately.
Shy of letting that thing take us to jail, finding the caretaker and putting it back together is quite possibly the only hope that we have. We don't have time to sit in whatever prison they want to put us in and figure out. I mean, no, it can't happen. There's too much at stake.
Some of these answers, I think you will find that if you are all able to maintain your normal level of communication, you would know that I let Ket know already. Of course you have time to rest. And as for... Yes?
Go ahead. I don't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
As for a journey to the abyss, I would never let such a thing occur in one of my domains. However, there is one I know of in the Feywild. It will not take you directly to the crater you saw, but it will take you to the plain, and I believe you have the capability to make your way once there.
We do.
Believe it or not, that portal is within the home of Grandmother Praxis. But I have reason to believe that it's currently unoccupied.
Doesn't mean she doesn't have defenses of another nature.
I don't think you have to worry about that.
If anything, I think that she would encourage us using that portal to get to where we need to go. She was
the one that pointed us in that direction.
Yes.
It does sound like her.
So that's very helpful. I have one other question. You don't have knowledge of some sort of weapon that would be completely chaotic to be like an antithesis to the Marut, would you? I know you have a vast amount of knowledge, but I figured it couldn't hurt to ask.
Well, I appreciate your thinking of me when you need something. But I think that a being like this was created by forces outside any of the planes we know of. I don't think that anything created within a plane we know of would be able to cancel it out. I don't believe that the Marut is literally indestructible, but powerful, no doubt. I'm afraid I don't know of anything that would serve as a shortcut. Unless, of course, you could get its masters to call it off, but in my experience, those sorts are not very reasonable.
Seems unlikely.
Do you think that if we do go to the abyss, because it's so chaotic there, that it might have trouble? That it might experience like some issues because it's so lawful? That, I mean, we could navigate a little easier because we're not bound by that same reason?
The abyss is known for its corrupting influence. This is why I would never allow an abyssal portal within my own domain. It's like an infection. It's contagious. The abyss is an entire plane of that. I do believe that it would have some effect on the Marut, but to be honest, I believe it would have more of an effect on you.
Is there anything we can do to protect ourselves in advance?
The abyss is a plane of great evil. Chaos to be certain, but evil. The beings there wish only power and destruction. It's all they care about. To the extent that they ever pursue any other goal, it is only to serve one of those two ends. A force of powerful good could counter that. But then, I don't particularly get along with either of those. But
the
then
council
again,
is appreciated.
all of you have proven yourselves to me and to all of the Dawn Court how resourceful you are. You retrieved the Codex Panoptica for me. I have no doubt that you are up to this task, should you steel yourselves and commit yourselves to it. Not to mention, you do have a Githyanki armada at your back.
Could you maybe let them know that we are coming?
Of course. Would you prefer that they call off their assault and wait for you to rendezvous with them?
That might work.
Their numbers will be stronger then as well.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. I shall pass along that message.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for talking with us. We appreciate it very much. You've
Of
been
course.
so very helpful.
Well, I help those who are helpful to me. And you have been very helpful to me. My grace is still upon all of you. And, as mentioned, should you wish a permanent position in my court, it is available to you. When you are ready, I can give you transport to Grandmother Prax's hovel.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
And the sort of the window sort of shimmers away. And as you guys are sort of preparing to make your way back, Nira, in your head, you hear Alaric's prayer to Rushama.
That's so weird.
What?
That's a first.
What?
Alaric is worried about us. And, he kind of prayed to Rushama, and I heard it.
Oh, that is weird. That's not normally something that happens to clerics, is it?
Well, it's never happened to me, which, now that I think on it, it's a little strange that I haven't, as devoted as my people were to Rushama, I haven't heard a single prayer. Not until now.
Huh. That's weird.
But it may have something to do with the personal nature of the request.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know what to do about him. I thought that getting his memories back would make him a little less impulsive, but
Well, it's like I said. He's an idiot, but he's our idiot.
yeah. I guess we should go back
Yeah.
and tell them what we came up with.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to be super happy about us making these decisions for them. But you know what? I don't care.
You know, I feel like sometimes you just have to make a decision. I mean,
Yep.
we all too often sit around talking about things in circles and wasting so much time.
Not that we shouldn't discuss things, but it does get a bit drawn out.
Mm-hmm. Very frustrating.
Yeah. It's about balance, I think.
Yeah.
All right.
I take one of the cucumber sandwiches off the tray and I eat it as well.
I'm sorry, I missed what you.
Oh, I took one of the little cucumber sandwiches off
Oh.
the tray there on the table, and I'm eating it as we're walking out.
It's really good.
This is amazing.
It looks lovely. Good.
So yeah, you guys make your way back. You are probably arriving back towards the shimmering door, and Denobrium will look at you like he does that really uncomfortable thing where it's obvious he wants to say something but feels like he maybe shouldn't, and so he just kind of stands there like not saying it.
Are you okay?
Yes, of course.
Did something happen while we were gone?
I have been led to believe that I am in danger being here, and yet I am instructed to remain. It's fine. It's great.
Maybe steer clear of the door. That wouldn't be...
You mean the place where I'm instructed to remain so that I may wait on you if you need anything?
Well, if you're within earshot, we can just pop our heads out the door and holler for you.
I draw near aside. I'm like, do you think we should just let him in? I mean, I don't want him to get hurt.
Well, I mean, he wasn't instructed to, like, defend the door, just if we needed anything.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if something does come here and he's out here.
So, you're supposed to do whatever it is we need, correct?
Yes.
What we need you to do is to stay out of sight, but close by, so you can hear us. That's what we need.
Very well, my lady. And he looks relieved and starts to, he sort of looks off into a corner, and you see the wall suddenly sort of become like an armoire, and he opens the door to climb inside. And then as he's closing the door, but then he leans back out and says, "Your dwarven friend is sitting on the roof."
Gonna look up. What the? But as I was saying, it's all about phrasing.
Yeah. All right, then we go back inside.
All right. So, Ket and Otterkey, you're still sitting there. Alaric hasn't come back, but Cadence.
Well, I'm getting a massage. I'm in the basement getting a massage.
Archie, that is like so much bread. How many sandwiches did you eat? We weren't gone that long.
It said there was no limit.
Probably don't confirmation. Everybody knows that. It's written on the wall.
I'm washing it down with ale.
Okay. It has been a while, I feel like, since we got to eat anything of consequence. I had this amazing sandwich. It was like really tiny, but it was so good.
I bet you we could make something like that in here.
Yeah.
It did look really good.
Yeah, and I go into the kitchen and I start looking for stuff to make these little cucumber sandwiches since nobody else is around.
Mm-hmm. All of the little spectral servants are trying very hard to be helpful.
No, just tell me where the cucumbers are. No, I will get it myself. Just tell me where they are.
They keep trying to help you by getting the cucumbers for you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's like being with Ket all the time. He's helping.
I'm helping. I'm essential.
And then I come out later with like a little tray of all these sandwiches and I put them on the table.
One of the servants is like, and I helped.
It's true. All right.
Alaric, did you come down from that rooftop perch yet?
No, he hasn't seen anybody return yet. and he hasn't seen the creature yet, so he's standing guard.
You didn't see us like right under the door.
No,
So
I,
he-
No,
it was
he's
like-
sitting on like the roof of the building.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I was under the impression, like, I feel like it was just like open
No,
on top.
he
like,
went outside and like he climbed up on top of it to get like a landscape view. So, yeah, you're right that like it theoretically could be open on top, but like he didn't have like line of sight on the door. I don't think.
Do you have like
so,
messages that you could
all of
send?
it-
so how long has it been since?
Well,
Like,
I mean,
How
I
long
think
does it feel like it's been? How long has he been out there?
an hour.
As we've been munching on little sandwiches and stuff.
Drinking tea,
You think-
breakfast and stuff?
Do you think we ought to tell him we're back?
I mean, you can. I'm not. I mean, he didn't even have to go out there, really.
He doesn't have to do a lot of things, but he does them anyway.
I know.
I'm gonna
Okay.
use sending.
Okay.
I'll send him a message.
You have to probably duck your head outside the mansion, but you know.
Yeah. Hey. So you probably didn't notice, Olaric, but we're back. And safe.
Good. I hope it was a useful trip. I'll stay up here and make sure the thing doesn't sneak up on us.
Idiot.
What did he say?
That didn't send. He's staying out there
Well,
you
tell
know.
him.
like an idiot.
Tell him that the Queen has assured our safety for 8 hours, and also we need to discuss our plan before we take a little sleep.
I'm gonna see. Trying to think what's gonna push the right buttons here.
I mean, you could just be like, get back in the fucking house and see what happens.
Yes, because that works.
Yeah, no, it would never work with him. Never mind.
Have you met him?
That would make him stay out there forever.
um. All right. Going to use sending again. Let me head out the door. Alaric, we would really appreciate it if you would come back into the house. We need to speak with you.
That sounds
Please.
terribly ominous. I assure you, whatever you think I've done, I haven't done anything. I've just been waiting. But I'll be back in a moment.
Thought for a second he was going to make me burn another one.
And yeah, I climb back down, head back in. No sign of the Marut yet. I don't know how long it will take to get to us, but I can't imagine it'll be that long.
8 hours. That's how
8
long.
hours.
Yes.
How do you know that?
Because we talked to the Queen.
Oh, so she can hold it off for 8 hours?
That's what we asked for. Enough time to rest so that we can leave. Any
And
longer?
just out of
Unexpected. good news.
curiosity, Alaric, what were you intending to accomplish by being on the roof?
Well, I can see a lot farther from there. I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm not the tallest person. But up on there, I can see to the horizon. So if it was anywhere nearby, I'd be able to spot it. I had a guess that if it can't get us to us directly, then it has to be able to see us the old-fashioned way, or come within range. At the very least, I could warn people, and you could get away or something.
Well, but how would we? We have no means of doing that right now.
You all have more tricks than I know. And
Yeah, we
even a
them all.
moment's warning would give you a chance to put up a protection or a spell, or let us all move quickly so we fly away from here. I don't know.
I know
I'm
you're.
out of my tricks.
All right. We're getting nowhere.
Yes, listen. So we went to see the Queen because Nira and I had a conjoined idea.
Oh, that's where you went.
Yes, I said that.
Well, you didn't
Um,
say anything.
yeah.
about it, so I was worried.
Well, because we weren't talking to you at the time.
True.
Because we were angry and we would just say mean things. But that's not the point. The point is, Mira and I think that we need to go and get the caretaker's heart. That is what Grandmother Praxis told us to do originally. And we put it off. We're going to meet with the Githyanki and help their assault. Because the caretaker is the only thing that can stand between us and the Marut. Because we cannot afford to go to jail.
Well, it didn't do so well last time, but I hope this time with allies it can do better. It was ripped apart by the Marut the first time, after all.
But it's possible he didn't have his heart at the time.
True.
And he also
He
had
had
a
given
lot
it
of
away.
enemies.
That's true. So you do think if we take and try and have this thing trail us to the abyss, it might be harmed? You were listening. Then.
Essentially, but that it's not clear how that would work. The Queen did say that it is more likely to affect us. I do have some thoughts about that. Where are you?
Well, it was only a guess on my part that it might have a danger there, but
If you want to make a religion roll, I can tell you a little bit more, potentially.
Yeah, we'll do
Nira.
that. And that is a 23.
See, I knew I could count on you. You got level 18, so you can just do whatever you want. So here, basically what you know about the Abyss is that there are multiple different, areas of it that are ruled over by different demon lords and are, have different natures as a result. But all of them are pretty uniformly awful. Awful places. But the primary risk is, it is like, Queen Solomonia said, is that that desire for chaos and destruction, that corruption, it is just like this. It's like a corrupting, violent contagion that it just seeps into anything in its proximity. And so if people who are not from the Abyss, who go to the Abyss, find themselves becoming more like the Abyss. And yet, a powerful force of will, represented by a charisma saving throw, can protect you against it. But also, the spell Dispel Evil and Good can remove the effect if it has started to take hold.
So, we do have some defenses.
I wonder if that's what's happening to Githyanki then. Are they having that same problem?
We don't know. We won't
They
know
are
until
pretty
we talk to
willful.
them.
So,
True. And they have stranger defenses, things I've never seen before. I guess, Autarky, you tapped into that.
Where's Ket, Archie?
He's getting a massage.
I suppose we have a few hours.
I yell over my shoulder and be like, Ket!
Ket, I don't know how you feel about this, but I like to imagine that a little whisper network of all of your servants have been passing on the whole conversation to you.
Yeah.
At a slight delay and occasionally distorted like a game of telephone.
My little birds.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Jenkins. That hit the spot right there. Thank you. All right. Guess I better go up and see what my employees are doing. I go upstairs. You rang.
Nice of you to finally join us.
You're welcome.
So
I was just
anyway,
relaxing.
Nira and I had a plan, and then I tell him everything that we just told Alaric and Archie.
Works for me, man.
So the portal to the Abyss is in Grandmother Praxis's home.
Figures.
Yeah.
She must have.
I
known
don't I don't think it would be unreasonable or unwise for us to maybe poke around there when we get there, see if maybe she's got any
Let's put it this way. If she does have something that's there may be things deliberately set for us to find. Problems to solve that we have to learn ourselves, just like last time.
That is how she operates.
It's true. For whatever reason, she seems to be working for our benefit, just not easily.
Maybe she can't.
Maybe.
Maybe there's like some kind of restriction on her that prohibits her from directly telling us what we need to know.
Or maybe she just finds it fun.
I don't know.
Seems more likely at this point.
Either way, sounds like a good lead.
She did make it seem like she could leave that jail anytime that she wanted to.
I mean, she has a door in to the abyss. Maybe she has a door out from the jail.
Possibly. So when we're ready to go, the queen will take us there. She'll transport us to her, what did she call it? Near a hovel? I don't remember. But it didn't sound like a nice place.
Is her hovel inside the queen's protection?
No.
Oh.
But think about it this way. Like her basis for comparison is a palace.
So what this means is that when we do arrive, we won't likely have much time to look around because the Marut will be on us.
Yeah, we need to just go to the abyss. No messing around.
Mm-hmm. She did say she could delay it a little bit by messing with time as she does.
Yeah.
Yeah, from then, yeah.
She also said that, Ket could have told us a lot of this stuff before, but he kind of didn't.
Yeah, Ket.
What's up with that?
Is that why you've been so calm, Ket? You knew we had time?
Absolutely not, man. I was going to tell you guys everything, but
Inside
everybody
check.
blew up.
Inside check. So I'm very doubtful of him at this moment.
You can roll the inside check.
I don't succeed. It's like a 12. 13. Still.
I was going to tell everybody eventually, but everything just blew up all at once.
I mean, you started by saying, no, I didn't know. Anyway, well, it would have been nice to know earlier. I thought we had seconds. I thought we were still under the trace of that thing. Oh, I guess we are, but...
Well, we are.
But at least we have a bit of time.
And it did follow us here. It did follow us here, but she sort of redirected it and did not allow it to come closer.
So it followed us here despite us leaving the orb behind. Shame. That would have been useful.
Yeah. But the thing is that I think that the abyss won't be an easy place for it any more than it is for us.
That might buy us some time.
That's what we were thinking.
So to be clear, what are we going there to do? Just retrieve the heart, or is this Pishwish to be retrieved as well?
Both.
Both. Right.
Because we have questions, and he's the only one that can answer them.
From the description before, he wasn't doing so well.
No, but there's a bit of weird magic-y stuff going on there.
That sounds about par for the course.
Yeah. I think it might be a matter of timing. So trying to snatch him when he's been reassembled before he is torn to shreds.
A cycle. Day and night. Just measured in different things. All right. This portal, do we know where it goes in the abyss?
Not to the place specifically, but once we're there, I think we'll be better. We can. Christiana, would that be a thing? Like I could plane shift on this? No, because we have to.
You can't
do
plane
that.
shift within to another spot within the same plane, because otherwise that's just like
That's teleport, actually.
it's a different spell.
The other question I have is the portal two-way. can we get him back that same way, or do you need to cast your shifting again? Is there any danger there?
I feel like it went both ways, but because that's how Grandmother Praxis comes and goes from the place, from the impression that I got from the Queen.
Why she goes there, we won't know. I guess we can ask her. Oh boy. Well, at least for a moment we can breathe.
Yeah. I think that it would be a good idea for everybody to take a few deep breaths.
Maybe say a prayer or two. Kind of give a pointed look at Alaric.
He just gives a puzzled look back. I don't know about that. I've never. That's your thing, right? Because you're a cleric.
Insight check.
So you've never considered,
Can I make a confusion roll?
I mean, I think you know what you did.
I knew what I did. I don't know how she knows what I did.
Well, sure, but I'm just saying that she's asking you more or less a question about that, and you're trying to say that, like, well, I never did anything. That seems like pretty straight up deception to me.
Okay.
I mean, you could also be confused as to how she might theoretically know.
That's more of it, but I don't know how to pray. I've never considered the spirits all that much. They tried to teach me, but I wasn't interested.
well, seems like some of it sort of stuck.
What do you mean?
It's more about intent than anything specific, so.
How should I start then?
Well, that's a bit up to you, isn't it?
I mean, you just do it.
Just put your lips together and pray.
Yeah,
Right.
just do it.
You want me to show
I
you
think
how?
you've got a pretty good handle on it.
Yeah, I'm sure if you pray, it'll get to the right ears.
Really?
Someone will hear it.
Mhm.
I don't know if I can do it with all you watching. It seems kind of.
I mean, you can do it in your private time, and the right person will hear it. And just, maybe when you do, you could
More
ask
of a
them.
suggestion, Alaric, not a
Yeah,
Ugh.
I will think about it. I think now I need something for my nerves. I need a beer. He walks through to the kitchen. There's got to be beer in here somewhere.
these
beer.
cucumber
There's beer.
sandwiches are really good, though. Not as good as the Queen's, but they're pretty good.
So, do you guys have additional business, or would you kind of just be puttering around until you feel like you can get a rest in?
Yeah, pretty much that, I think.
Okay.
I would like to talk to Kat before I do go to bed.
All right.
Alone. So, once he goes to his room, I will go and knock on the door.
Bow, chicka, wow, wow.
Booty call. No.
Yes, kids, come on in. How you doing?
I'm okay.
Okay.
I think that, I understand that everybody was upset, but it made it a lot worse you not telling everyone that things would be okay. Especially Alaric, he's crazy, man. With stuff like that. He can't deal with situations unless he knows that they'll be solved right now. And not telling him that he had a few minutes to sit down and breathe made it a lot worse than it needed to be. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean, but you need to trust me on this one.
But-
I think, and I'll tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I didn't tell them right away. We've been going nonstop for like ever. And all of this has been building up and building up and building up. I think people needed to let off some steam and say some things that needed to be said.
It doesn't matter. I already said things I needed to say, and he didn't hear them anyway.
I know.
So it's pointless.
I know, but I think we learned a little something today.
What, that Alaric will sit on the roof and pray to Nero?
Yes, that.
I mean, come on. And he like put himself in direct danger. Hello, I'm sitting up here on the roof, Marut, come and get me. I mean, and he's up there by himself. Nobody knew where he was. Only little Nobrium told us where he was.
I think, and maybe we already knew this, but I think that Alaric is not to be trusted.
What do you mean?
In this, not in the sense that he would like betray us or do anything like that, but just Alaric is a danger to himself, and therefore is a danger to us.
Sometimes, yes.
And I think that we just need to I think that every once in a while he just needs to blow off some steam because he feels that he's carrying the weight of everything himself. You know? And maybe that's the wrong choice of words when I say he's not to be trusted. Maybe that's the wrong phrasing.
I know, but when you said that, it made me think of something that it makes me feel bad that I even thought this. But like, Alaric doesn't trust anybody.
Well,
Like
no.
he mistrusts like everybody, and you know what they say, like when you feel like that, it's because you aren't trustworthy. So now that makes me think badly about him, and I don't like feeling like that because I don't feel like he's not a trustworthy person.
No. I don't mean that. I didn't mean that way. I just think that he needs to. We need to be careful with Alaric.
You can't. He's so impulsive.
That's why we need to be careful.
But how? I mean, he just grabbed that crystal and was like, "Here we go." And I understand, like, he's trying to save his family, but then later he was mad because, you know, it just is ridiculous. And I think that it just made things worse. That, you know, we were going to be okay.
I agree, and I apologize for that. I really do.
Even your friend the Queen said that.
Yes. Well, you talked to the Queen?
Yeah, I went to see her.
Yeah, that's right. You did. Yeah. She told me already. I knew that.
Yeah, I told you already. That's how you knew.
Yeah, I knew that. I'm just saying that maybe if we can try to, in certain situations, if we can try to, I don't know, have the foresight to judge what Alaric is going to do before he does it, maybe we could stop him from making such reckless decisions.
I really thought that he would be better about it, but I like, especially like, you know, he has a lot of like daddy issues, and like, you know, he talked to his dad, and I thought that he would be a little bit better, but
he's under a lot of stress. You know, I think, and I'm gonna tell you this right now, and this is between you and me. I don't think Alaric's ever been in love before, and I don't think he knows how to handle it.
Yeah, he's like obsessed with making sure that Mira is okay.
Yeah, he's a little, you know, the whole infatuation thing with Nira sometimes clouds his judgment.
Yeah.
But that's, you know what? It's great. It's wonderful to be in love. And I get it. Being in love is so awesome. I get it. I mean, come on, man. I've been in love with you for like centuries now, I guess.
Yeah, like millennia.
Yeah, like millennia, you know. But, you know, this is also new for Alaric. And he's like overprotective.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes...
But like to the detriment of all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, I wish that we could make him understand that, but he just doesn't see it.
Well,
he just wants to like do crazy things
I
all
get
the
that.
time.
Okay, I know. I mean, we can't sit here and like talk
No.
about. I mean, I could
No.
talk about a lark behind his back all night if I had to, but I don't want to do that. He's a decent dwarf, and he's become a good friend. I just think he's a little reckless sometimes, and we just need to, you know,
Okay, so
keep an eye on that.
yeah, I agree. And also, like, going forward, if you know that you could calm him down
Yes.
with like 2 words, then you should absolutely do it instead of not doing
Absolutely. I thought that maybe talking to his father and dealing with some of those issues would maybe calm him down a little, but obviously it just ramped it up tenfold. So going forward, now I know.
Yeah. Also, like, Archie ate so much bread. And then that's like the end of the important conversation.
All right, and I think actually we will leave
I
it
got
there.
one thing if I can.
Okay, sure.
So we'll have had more than one beer, and I'll probably grab a couple of handfuls of steins and go off to the room that he's been had. I don't even know if he's ever actually slept there or not, but and kind of sitting on the edge of the bed before he's sleeping, just trying to review the rest of the day and trying to imagine what's coming forward later. He gets down on his knees and he pulls out that small piece of rock that he pulled, the one that's carved like Nirkina, but it's a terrible carving. And he kind of sets it down in front of him. Kind of clears his throat, looking around. Doors closed. Nobody near him. So I still don't know how this works. I saw Nirkina do it this way a couple of times, and apparently it's more about intent than anything else. So here goes. Today I learned that I don't know enough. That these things are beyond me. And they terrify me. I know that I've been given gifts, and I have some skill, and the others have tremendous power. But I do fear that it's not enough. I don't know exactly how any of this works, but I do know that the gods are powerful. Even if they are spirits, I don't understand how that works either. And I know you're looking out for her, but I always got the impression that you knew things, that your people told you things, and that you are a mountain. And to my people, mountains are immortal. They are the very source of all life. So, I think tomorrow we are about to walk into the abyss. I don't know what that is. But I will hold my head high and walk as I always do, but I need to know more. I need to know more about what we're dealing with and everything. I don't know if you can grant that. If you would grant any of that, then I would do what I can for you, if that's how it works. I don't know, but we're trying to save the world. And that seems kind of important, so I guess that's it. Thank you, if you heard me. Both of you.
All right, so this is the last bit, and then we'll end here. And I don't even really want you to make this decision right now. But Nira, not only do you hear that prayer, but there's a moment where you realize instinctively you could if you chose, grant Alaric a level of cleric. So let's just leave that possibility right there. And I've got a dog barking at me from the other room, so let's do lightning round. We do have a couple of questions from Smartmaster in the chat. So, question for Alaric: what's your opinion on you having daddy issues?
But there, we haven't gotten along very much. But I realized we were both being stupid. I hope to mend that if I ever live long enough to do that.
All right. And Nira, what implications do you find in hearing Alaric's prayer?
Well, it's a little unsettling in a couple of ways. Only partially because it's hearing Alaric's innermost wishes and hopes. There's a deep intimacy in that's a little uncomfortable. But it also makes her wonder why she doesn't hear other prayers. Or it makes me wonder why I don't hear other prayers.
It's because he loves you.
All right, so I think we're going to leave it there for this week. But we're going to be back next week for more adventure on so many levels.
So many levels.
We'll go to a crazy old hag's house and then maybe the abyss.
Yeah, it's just a walk in the park.
Woo! Wash your hands.
And it's another Tuesday.
Everybody. All right, that's it for this time. So, once again, we'll be back next week for more adventure on so many levels.
So many levels.